China and the United States are two of the largest economies in the world. While the US has been the world's largest economy for many years, China has made significant strides in recent years and is now considered the second largest economy in the world. In this document, we will compare and contrast the economies of China and the United States. GDP. The gross domestic product, GDP, is a measure of the total economic output of a country. In terms of GDP, the United States is currently the largest economy in the world, with a nominal GDP of $22.7 trillion in 2020. China, on the other hand, has a nominal GDP of $16.2 trillion in 2020, making it the second largest economy in the world. However, it is worth noting that China's GDP has been growing at a much faster rate than that of the United States. For example, in 2020, China's GDP grew by 2.3%, while the United States saw a 3.5% decline in GDP. Additionally, China's GDP growth has been consistently high over the past few decades, averaging around 6 to 7% per year, while the US has seen more moderate growth rates of around 2 to 3% per year. Trade. Both China and the United States are major players in global trade. In terms of exports, China is the world's largest exporter, with $2.5 trillion in exports in 2020. The United States, on the other hand, is the world's second largest exporter, with $1.4 trillion in exports in 2020. In terms of imports, the United States is the world's largest importer, with $2.6 trillion in imports in 2020. China is the world's second largest importer, with $2.1 trillion in imports in 2020. While both countries are major players in global trade, there have been tensions between them in recent years, particularly with regards to tariffs and trade restrictions. The US has accused China of engaging in unfair trade practices, such as currency manipulation and intellectual property theft. In response, the US has imposed tariffs on a variety of Chinese goods. China, in turn, has imposed tariffs on US goods in retaliation. Labor force. China and the United States both have large and diverse labor forces. In 2020, China had a labor force of approximately 805 million people, while the United States had a labor force of approximately 162 million people. However, there are significant differences between the two countries in terms of labor practices and regulations. For example, China's labor laws are more flexible than those in the United States, allowing for longer working hours and fewer workplace protections. Additionally, labor costs in China are generally lower than in the United States, making it an attractive destination for foreign companies looking to outsource their manufacturing operations. Technology and innovation. The United States has long been a leader in technology and innovation, with Silicon Valley serving as a hub for many of the world's largest technology companies. However, China has made significant strides in recent years and is now considered a major player in the tech industry. For example, China has made significant investments in areas such as artificial intelligence, 5G networks, and quantum computing. Additionally, Chinese companies such as Huawei, Tencent, and Alibaba are now among the largest technology companies in the world. However, there are concerns about China's approach to technology and innovation, particularly with regards to intellectual property theft and government control of the industry. The US has accused China of stealing intellectual property from US companies, and there are concerns that China's government may use its control over the tech industry to stifle innovation and restrict free speech. Conclusion. In conclusion, China and the United States are two of the largest and most